Good morning. This is the show you can't afford to miss, and I'm sorry I missed you guys. The last couple of days I was out sick and just reviewing some of my positions here. Now I'm back into the office. I was out sick with the flu, still got a cough, not 100%, but we got a lot going on. All right. Man, yesterday we gave you our top picks via text. Yesterday, our top pick, Drio, worked out just fine, up 13%. Let me fix my background. Okay. Here we go. So, Bitcoin ETF approved. CPI came in hot. Very concerned about that. I don't think the market expected that. And I think this reaction is muted. And there's opportunity here either to sell stuff. I already started selling stuff pre market. Uh, I think the opportunity is going to be in shorting TLT, shorting IWM, shorting ARK-K. All right. So, let me just move these up to the top. These will be the most impacted by a hot CPI. Let's move that up there. And then TLT, remember, is your North Star. TLT at 95.76. Our key level is 95.44. Look, I think the risk on trade might be over for now. Might need a breather. It works so well to the upside, breaking the 200 DMA, and I am going to anticipate. I could be wrong that 95.44 might hold. We're at 95.78 now. I'm going to anticipate TLT will break below 95.44. And what will follow is going to be sharper declines here in IWM and ARK-K. All right. So IWM, ARK-K, you can see ARK-K here. Maybe the target is 46.39 at the 50 DMA at the least. Okay. We're at 49.15. So I think there's opportunities here. So I got to make some changes. I got to end the show a little early. So I got to put in some orders because I was not expecting a hot CPI. All right. So as I said, I was selling some stuff, raising some cash in the morning. So I think definitely going to be shorting TLT, IWM, and ARK. Okay, at the open. All right. So there's that. Call that a hedge. All right. That's not like a pick of the day, although it might do well. All right. But in any case, let's go to now specific items, specific stocks. But besides that hedge, shorting TLT, IWM, and ARK. Bitcoin ETF approved. So look, I think we had our sell the news already. I wonder, actually, I don't have any of these. Let me see. I think ARK B is one of the Bitcoin ETFs. Has it started trading? Yeah, I'm not sure if these Bitcoin ETFs, I think maybe they trade at 9:30. Okay. But I think the sell the news that I was anticipating happened the other day when we got that false approval, right? I think that was to sell the news. Maybe you get a further sell the news once these ETFs open, and apparently, it makes it easier for people to short Bitcoin by shorting the ETFs. All right, maybe, but look, I think this is a long-term, very bullish thing for Bitcoin, and now I'm anticipating a break and then hold of 50,000. I think 50,000 is going to be the new floor. And if you look at this RSI on the monthly candle, you see that we're still nice and low. We're heading on the way up. That's on the monthly. Weekly, RSI is not as heated as it could get over there. But anyway, that's my take. Bitcoin, I think there's a positive development. Maybe you could have a further kind of sell off once the ETFs open. But I don't know. I think even if that happens, that's a buy. All right. I'm playing this through Iron. Iron's my favorite Bitcoin miner. Still is. I'm not going to change that. Still holding Iron. And I might switch something like Bito, BITO, to one of these ETFs. Okay, that's for my long-term position. So Iron, looking at that as a top pick that can outperform today. All right. I had Snap in here, but not anymore. Snap looked poised to break 18. If CPI was light, this thing would have exploded past 18 today. Exploded. I mean, this thing was poised to just explode violently past 18. And unfortunately, CPI came in hot, so I don't think that's going to happen on Snap today. All right. So that's sad. All right, because I got a nice position in that. All right, yesterday, let's move to Drio. All right, yesterday our top pick was Drio. We gave you a $2, then $2.50 price target. We gave that to you even before yesterday morning. It was in the afternoon the day before when it was like 190. It broke out, right? It broke out to like 190 or so, and I'm like, all right, that's when I put in the chat room. $2 and $2.50 price targets. They just had some news this morning, actually. Let's see. Regional unions selects Dario's cardiometabolic solution for diabetes, hypertension, weight management, and GLP-1 support. They're using that buzzword a lot more in their PRs, which is great. All right. I don't know how large this contract is. It doesn't say, but it doesn't hurt to have this. It's not a fundamental thing, more of a sentiment thing when you got everything else kind of going for it right now. JP Morgan, they're at the conference on the ground speaking to people. Aetna, we're expecting a PR any day regarding that launch. There were some huge block bidders like I've never seen before on Drio, okay, yesterday. Like 10, 20, 30K bidders, like all day long. And you can see here, actually, you can see the volume was pretty high. Unknown news, right? So I think Drio also will be the subject of takeover rumors with Sanofi. M&A is really hot in the biotech space, and we know Sanofi owns. Oh, they don't own. They don't own yet. They have the relationship with them, but I think that's speculation is that Sanofi will buy them one day. So, in any case, 250 is still your price target, even in this crap market. I think the momentum is here for 250. Maybe you can break 250 and make a move to 290s, but I will be taking profits. I started like taking a little bit, not much actually, very little profit on the way up yesterday. I was really looking for closer to 250, but given the hot CPI, I think I will be a little more aggressive of selling on the way up here on Drio. We got in this early. See that? Remember that? If you were with us, this thing dropped to 68 cents and we're a buyer. And I saw some shares from there from like 70 cents or so. I still have those shares picked up at 70 cents. So I'm going to start selling soon as we head towards 250. That's Drio and Iron. Okay, Zim. I got to call out Zim. Zim might be the top pick of the day. So I got three that I think I'm really interested in today: Zim, Drio, and Iron. I'll talk about why Zim in a second, and then we'll throw Oxy up there. You know what? We're gonna talk about. I think we'll talk about Daco. Don't know if I'll make it a top big. We'll talk about Oxy and we'll talk about Rel, and we're gonna leave it at that. Just want to mention, man, I am really surprised at the resilience in air, and maybe it's not gonna work out for me. I don't know, but I actually sold my entire position and shorted it as well. And my average short price is maybe 1840 or something. It's 1860 now. I was expecting a move to, let's see if I can find it here. Where is it? I gotta go to the weekly moving averages. I was expecting to move to that weekly moving average there at 1542. I'm actually surprised it didn't hit it on day one. Can it hit it on day 2, 3? I guess it could, but honestly, I was very surprised at the resilience yesterday. So that trade may not work out for me. I don't know. Okay. All right, let's talk about these other ones. So, Drio Iron. Let me talk about Zim because I think Zim might actually be the top pick for the day, aside from hedging the market. How is the market doing now? TLT, IWM mark. Okay. So Zim, we played this just beautifully, man. If you were with us from what was it, from like 8 to 15, like something crazy like that. No, it was on the pullback here. I think we called it. I think we missed the initial move and then we got the pullback. I forgot exactly where it was, but man, we rode this thing like crazy. It was right here. I called it on this day on December 29th was when we gave and it became our top pick 5 days in a row. And it was a boom, 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 boom. That was crazy, right? I think it's time to get back into Zim, and I'll tell you why. Well, 2 days ago, and I missed this, there was another Houthi attack in the Red Sea. Okay, that was when was that? Here, 90. I can't get this. January 9th. Okay, 2 days ago, another Houthi attack in the Red Sea. Stock didn't really react to that, but this morning we have oil up. All right, I'm going to give you 2 other factors which I think will supercharge them today. Oil is up this morning, 2%. Oil is up 2% because an oil tanker was seized or boarded off the coast of which country was it? Off the coast of some country. I forgot which one. All right. If you guys know in the chat, just put it in the chat. All right. Oil tanker was seized. That's the point. Not in the Red Sea, but elsewhere. So I think this brings greater attention to this problem of shipping, right? So you have the Red Sea, but now you have other shipping problems elsewhere. This is not in the Red Sea. This is somewhere else where an oil tanker was boarded, and that caused oil to go up. So I think that can draw more attention to Zim. But more importantly, as well, I've had a lot of success with this. The sentiment of the market, right? Check this out. When the sentiment of the market is bad economically, okay, and I'm proposing it will be today, and we'll see bigger downward moves in IWM, ARC, etc. You tend to get enhanced positive moves in geopolitical fear plays. I've seen this time and time again. Okay. So it's just like psychological. It's like, I'm scared. I'm scared the market might crash. And that fear that the market might crash enhances the worry about, oh my gosh, well, that might also mean it's just a totally psychological thing. You develop this kind of negative sentiment towards everything. So you think, oh my gosh, now the war might get worse too, right? Even though there's no logical connection between the two. It's purely emotional. All right. So I think Zim is actually enhanced on a negative market day like today. That enhances my conviction on a trade like Zim. Okay. So Zim, by the way, 1370 is your next resistance level. And if that breaks somehow, or 1380, 1370 to 1380, that's the resistance range, these two candles. If those break somehow, then you're looking at a swing towards 15. All right. So Zim going to be the top pick of the day. Oxy, Warren Buffett. So we have oil up 2%, but we also have Warren Buffett last night saying he increased the stake from 28%, I believe, to 34%. So it might be a good entry. It might outperform today. I think Oxy is a candidate to outperform today. All right. Not going to be my top pick. Honestly, like I have this problem where I tend not to make big stocks my top pick, which is a problem. Because like Nvidia, it was so easy to see that 505 break, and we had the catalyst. I don't know if I had a show on it that morning or if it was in the chat room, but we had. I think I had a show on it. I think like 505, and we're going to explode past that because it had the catalyst of now shipping the chips to China. But I rarely make these like larger cap companies my top picks, just because I have this bias towards looking for more micro caps. Zim is 1.5 billion, considered smaller caps, whatever, smaller caps, micro caps. So, like, I'm not making Oxy a top pick because it's a $50 billion company. Might be a mistake. All right. So, Zim's my top pick. Oxy's in there. Let's just call it top 5. All right. All right. So, where that leaves us is, as you see, Bitcoin surging towards 48,000. For the day, I'm going to go Zim and Iron are two top picks. I forgot to talk about REL. REL had terrible earnings. I'm shorting it at 1140. It's 1095 by 11. Honestly, like they missed top line by 15%. They missed the bottom line by a mile. I'm surprised this thing isn't down to new 52-week lows below 1019 already. Their conference calls at 10 a.m. So I might be wrong on this too, like I was wrong on air, but we'll see. I'm shorting this and I'm looking for a move towards $10.19. Okay. If you're into things like that. But top picks are going to be Zim and Iron long. REL. Oh, you got to put Drio up there. All right. Drio, maybe we'll put number 3 because we already had a big move yesterday. So it's going to start getting long in the tooth. So Zim, Iron, Drio. And Drio, by the way, you could see a big surge right in the morning. And then, it's already, look at how strong it's been. Look at all these trades at 236, 235, 236. Look at that. 239. Wow. And that's a nice amount of volume, isn't it? Well, 3,000. And the bid's 222. So it's not even moving down on the hot CPI this morning. You could see a quick morning surge towards 250, 240, something like that in Drio. So it's hard to recommend that, not as a number 1 pick. Yesterday was better for that as a number 1 pick. But looking at exit some or at least reduce as we approach 250. So Zim, Iron, Drio, short REL, long Oxy, number 5, just because I have this market cap bias. And then DocGo is worth a mention here. Okay. I'm not in it now. Maybe I should have been. I played with it last night, made a few bucks, nothing huge. But DocGo, we missed this yesterday. There's a short report. It was down 38%. Okay. I think alleging like Medicaid fraud or something. Okay. Anyway, the stock was down 38%. The only reason I was kind of interested in it, a lot of times this stuff, they don't bounce back quickly. All right. The company came out and defended with a statement. And companies always do that. They come out and defend. And you always think, oh my gosh, this should go back close to where it was before. Because like, whose word are you going to take for it? All right. It's 50-50. All right. but usually they don't. These things have a lasting effect. The only reason I thought this is worth mentioning is because the company defense came out yesterday at 3:59 p.m. So there's been no real opportunity to the market for the market to react to that defense with volume while the market's open. So down 38%. Maybe this is a good bet. I played it a little bit. I got it in like at 305, sold at 320, like small size. But DocGo, worth a mention, down 38% yesterday. Company defending 1 minute before the close yesterday. Maybe this can have a quick move to, right there, 328, 329 resistance. After that, 343. I'll keep my eye on this. Like if it moves down or something towards 3, maybe I'll get in. I don't know, but that's just worth a mention. So Zim number 1, Iron number 2. Iron's also a swing long term. All right, not just for today. Zim is like specifically for today. I think can outperform. Iron could outperform depending on how crypto does, especially after the ETFs open. Iron, great swing anyway. I believe. Drea, we're looking for that quick move, maybe towards 250. And who knows if you break 250 right there, that 200 DMA, maybe you get to the 290s when Etna puts their PR out. All right, I'm hearing I'm hearing that can come out any day. All right, so maybe that's when you get that move, and that's the final. Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? You see it. We're right in this gap between the moving averages, so it makes sense that will be the target on the PR. All right, so that's about it. So we're gonna leave it there for the day. Okay. Yeah. We'll leave it there. Long Zim, long Iron, long Drio, but start taking profits in 250 to 290 range. Short Rel, I'm still short hair a little bit. I don't know if that's going to work out. Maybe long Oxy. I actually picked up some Oxy for my IRA. I did that. I don't like trading like big caps, but I picked it up for my IRA. And then I think shorting the market as a hedge makes sense. TLT, IWM, and ARK are the prime candidates for that. Thanks everyone for joining us. Wait a second. There's a comment. Comment is, yes, I did notice that, Amara. And I have to say, market moving up despite hot inflation, I don't believe it. Meaning, I don't buy it, is what I have to say. I don't buy this move. I think it's a fake move. I've seen TLT on multiple occasions have its big reaction the next day. Okay. I don't know if you remember this, but multiple times, whether it was the CPI data or whether it was the Fed meetings, FOMC meetings, it would have a reaction in the direction you thought. Like right now, it's down 0.17%, but not huge. And then the next day, massive move down. I think it might be because the bigger money that does bonds, like retail doesn't do bonds. Maybe most hedge funds don't do bonds. Like the bigger institutions that are moving tens of billions, maybe hundreds of billions of dollars in bonds that move the bond market, maybe they take time to have their meetings and move money around and decide what to do. And then you have the big move the next day. So that's what I'm thinking. That's my position on this, Amar, is that the markets are having a muted reaction here. But I'm thinking it could be one of those days because I don't think anyone was expecting hot CPI. So I think this is a big deal. And I'm going to take a bet. All right. Everybody took that bet by raising cash. Look at USO. Look at oil surging now up 2.5%. Wow. 2.5%. So Oxy, and you know what? I'm really surprised. I'm gonna have to move Oxy. I'm gonna have to actually take a trade on Oxy today because it's up 1.2% with oil surging now up 2.5% and Warren Buffett increasing his stake. Wow, I think I might have to take a trade on Oxy today. All right, guys. Thanks. Yep, they want to fool more people. Amar says. I'll see you guys later. Take care. See you in the app. Have a great day.